Good morning, everyone. This is our portfolio assignment for human resource management on the topic job description. Our team has four members. I am Ekta Uppal, Pooja Sharma, Mehatpreet Kaur, and Praminder Kaur. This presentation will cover the introduction on job description, characteristics of a job description, problems and addressing the issue, approaches of a job description, nursing leadership role in writing job specification, nursing leadership role in an interview questions, steps of job description correlating with an example, and the summary. Now, what is job description? Job description is a document concisely written which highlights the job requirements, job duties, and the responsibilities and skills required to do the job. Job description is a tool for finding the right people for the right job, as it assists in making sure that the staff aligns with the company's vision and help in developing strategies. Further, it contains the list of tasks, duties, and responsibilities which makes the employee aware of the organization culture and necessary skills. Further, job description serves as a basis for interviewing candidates and evaluating job performance, hence helping in the recruitment phase. Further, job description is combined with job specification. The main difference between the both is that job description is a list of tasks, duties, and responsibilities of a job, whereas job specification is the skills and abilities that a person must possess to perform a job. Now, coming to the characteristics of a job description. Dates should be mentioned so that it is easier for the job seeker to apply for the job. An outdated job description could result in hiring the wrong candidates. Further, job title is the description of 1 to 4 words reflecting the content and the purpose. National Occupation Classification Code, that is the NOC code, is a standard nomenclature which describes work performed by all Canadians. Coming to job functions, it describes the roles and responsibilities an organization is expected of the employees. Reporting to tells who the candidate will report to. It is important as it gives an insight to employees into the organization's hierarchy structure. Next, the knowledge, skills, and abilities is a crucial characteristics as it will help the employer to measure those qualities which will set one candidate apart from others. Working conditions and hazards. Physical characteristics and surroundings of a job makes the specific demands of an employee's capacity and further help in narrowing down the candidates in the selection phase. Now, I will discuss some problems seen in writing the job description. First is out of date. We know that the change is dynamic, so in every job the roles keep on changing. Hence, it is important to make modifications in the job description so that the deserving and the right candidates are applying to the job. Second is overloading the job description with too many qualifications, which can lead to losing out of talented candidates. Third is the vague language. If there is vague language in a job description, it will offer minimal information about the open position, which makes it difficult to potential candidates and applicants to gauge whether they are applicable for the qualification or not, or if they meet the qualifications. Further, the job description should be clear to reduce the hindrance in the recruitment process. As we have discussed previously, the problems in job description. Now, this slide will tell us the importance of job description as it is a huge issue in the human resource department. Addressing the issue. A study conducted by Krishnan Raju and Banerjee in 2017 states the need for the right job description and relation of job description with the job satisfaction. This study concluded that there is a high relation between job description and job satisfaction. Hence, if the job description is not written properly and appropriately, then the job satisfaction in clients will be less. Therefore, well-developed job description is needed to clear all the obstacles that the employee will face while performing their tasks and duties. Next slides will cover the job description approaches and how to write job description for a nursing leadership role.
Hi everyone, my name is Pooja Sharma and I'm going to continue this presentation. So first of all, as Ekta already explained what is job descriptions and its characteristics and everything, so I'll talk about approach, specification and interview questions. So there is an interrelationship between job description, the approach used to create it, the specifications included in it, and the interview questions used to evaluate potential candidates. Each of these elements plays a vital role in ensuring that the recruitment process is effective in identifying the right candidate for the job. So first one is the approach. It is used to create job description, whether task oriented or competency based, determines the focus of the job description. The next one is the specifications. In this, job description are crucial in identifying the skills, experience and qualifications needed for the job. They provide a clear picture of what the organization is looking for a candidate and helps to attract suitable candidates who possess the necessary skills and abilities. The last one is the interview questions. These are used to evaluate the candidate's suitability for the job based on the specification outlined in the job description. So the approach used to create a job description influence the specification included, which in turn determines the interview questions used to evaluate potential candidate. The interrelationship between the elements ensure that the recruitment process is comprehensive and effective in identifying the right candidate for the job. Next one is the nursing leadership role approach. As I told you earlier, it is based upon either task oriented or competency oriented. So it matters what approach is utilized in the job description because it determines the focus of the job description and the information that is included in it. The approach used to influence the content of the job description and therefore the clarity of the expectations and recruitment of the job for both the employer and the employees. In the case of nursing leadership role, the HR manager should consider using the competency-based approach as it is more suitable for leadership roles where interpersonal skills and leadership abilities are crucial. Nextly, the competency-based are more effective in predicting job performances than those who are task-based. This approach would focus on the required skill and behavior needed to lead and manage a team of nurses effectively rather than simply listing the duties and responsibilities of the job. So the approach used should be suitable for the job being described to ensure that the job description is effective in communicating the expectations and recruitment of the job to potential candidates. Next one is specifications. So the specification in a job description are essential in ensuring that the right candidate is selected for the job. They serve as a guide for both the employer and the employees to determine whether the job is a good fit. The specification typically outline the required qualifications, experience, and skills needed for the job. They provide a clear picture of what the organization is looking for the candidate and help to attract suitable candidate who possess the necessary skills and abilities. In addition to attracting suitable candidates, the specifications in a job descriptions also plays a crucial role in screening potential candidates. also plays a crucial role, sorry, by in potential candidates by outlining their required qualification and experience. The employer can quickly identify who do not meet the minimum requirements, thereby reducing the number of the time and effort spent on the recruitment process. So it is important that the specifications are consistent with the approach used to create the job description. It can lead to confusion and misunderstandings among potential candidates, resulting in a mismatch between the employer's expectations and the candidate's qualifications. So the last one is interview questions. It entails four main components. First one is the mission. It provides an opportunity for the HR manager to assess the candidate's experience, skills, and ability. And the next one is the vision, which determines if they are a good fit for the organization or not. And the third one is the objectives, in which they evaluate the candidate's suitability as per all these criteria. And the last one is the key initiative. In this, it assess their compatibility with the organization's culture and values. So based upon these four criteria, the interview question is set up. So the interview question are a critical part of the recruitment process, and they plays a crucial role in evaluating candidates' suitability for the job. And the open-ended questions are designed because they are more effective in eliciting detailed and informative responses from candidates, and these type of questions give candidates the opportunity to provide more in-depth response and to provide examples of their experiences and accomplishments. So here I'll give you a short kind of example. For example, the HR manager can use the interview questions to gain insight into candidates' work experience, whether he or she is having good problem solving skills, decision making abilities, communication skills, good leadership abilities, and the abilities to work under pressure. So if all these criteria, all these components matches to the job description, then the HR manager will definitely recruit to those candidates and they will hire them. So it is it is important to note that the interview questions should be designed to comply with employment laws and regulations. The questions should not discriminate against any candidate based on their gender, ethnicity, age, religion, or any other protected characteristics. Thank you. That's all from my part, and the next slides will be continued by Mehakpreet. Thank you.
Greetings to all who are watching the presentation. I am Magpreet Kaur and I'm going to discuss about how to write a job description while correlating with an example, or what job description for an example that we are taking comprises of. Thank you Ekta and Pooja for a detailed and insightful review of what job description is and what it comprises of, what could be the characteristics and what problems could come up. Also, the specifications, requirements, qualifications that are to be known prior to writing it. So, job description is usually the roles and the responsibilities, and the job specifications are usually the skill set or the qualities in a person that is required, but these are usually tied together and written in a correlation with each other in order to create the right job for the right candidate. So, before writing a job description, there is some data or information that has to be collected. Uh, that after the analysis, it could be focused on to write the roles and the responsibilities and the specifications. So there are certain steps to perform prior to writing the job description. So there are kind of 5 to 6 step process. So the first one is job analysis. Then we define the responsibilities, the roles. Then we define the qualifications. And after the roles, responsibilities, the skill set is defined, then we talk about what the compensation or what the salaries or the benefits are. After that, we define the logistics. Logistics could be how the system, the managerial system is going to work. And at last, companies can also prefer to write a company summary, uh, writing about the company or the institution that is putting out the job description to list out its mission, vision, or what is expected from what could be expected by the candidate. So it is a step-by-step process that is going to lead to a compelling job description. The first step before writing a job description is usually job analysis. This is proven to be the hardest step, and it includes research and data collection from various sources. As you can see, the sources could be reviewing the job responsibilities of the existing employees, preferably in the same role, researching job descriptions of similar jobs put out by other companies, other institutions. And the third source could be analyzing any new responsibilities. What is more required or what is more expected from employees. So to collect the data, we could ask questions like what skills do we need in a person in order to perform the roles of the response and take up responsibilities. What do employees do that a new hire should? Like, what are the existing employees taking up responsibilities? What roles they are performing? So the same things are to be expected from the employees to be hired. What overwhelms the existing employees? So here what we can do is we can ask the internal system, that is the already existing employees, we can ask what overwhelms them or what problems they are facing, so in order to we can make changes. And what is lacking? So what is lacking could be uh, what the previous or the already present employees are not able to give out as or take up the roles and responsibilities. So that could be a source for any new responsibilities that we can add to a job description. The data collected from these sources is analyzed upon, and then the present responsibilities are reviewed, and we can also look out at what the other companies expect of employees and add that to our system, and also what the present employees lack, what new responsibilities are to be given out and delegated to new hires. So the job analysis gives us a review of the previous responsibilities and also what new responsibilities we want. So this is, yes, proven to be the hardest step and before writing a job description. So after the step of job analysis is complete, we have certain kind of data information that we can use in order to define the responsibilities and qualifications of the job that we have created. To take up the example of a nurse leadership role, we have created the job of a unit nurse manager. We are not taking up a specific unit, but a general nurse manager role, the job of the nurse manager, and the job responsibilities can be modified according to a specific unit as needed. So the step of defining responsibilities, it also acts as a legal protection and can be used as a legal document by the company if required, because it lists down all the expected um, results that are to be performed by the given out by the person who is hired as in the role of a nurse manager. So in the responsibilities of the nurse manager that we have created are overseeing day-to-day operations in patient care and administrative tasks. So the nurse manager here is expected to not only oversee just the administrative tasks or just the quality of patient care. So the person here is clearly specified to oversee the tasks both in patient care, that is clinical, and the administrative tasks. Supervising and evaluating performance of healthcare team members. So the nurse manager here is expected to supervise and also evaluate what kind of performance the nurses or the other healthcare team members are giving out, setting work schedules, planning, coordinating, and providing training to team members. So here, the nurse manager is required to first identify what kind of knowledge set or skill set is lacking in the present employees, and then accordingly planning training sessions and also participating as a mentor uh, in those training sessions. Designing and managing the unit's budget, which is an administrative task. Monitoring electronic health record systems. Um, as, encouraging the use of electronic healthcare systems and encouraging that monitoring that they are being used in the right way, assisting in hiring and induction process of new nurses and other team members. So the job is just not limited to supervising the tasks of the existing nurses, but also assisting in the hiring of new nurses for the unit and in the orientation or the induction process of the new hires. Delegating patient care assignments. So the nurse manager is also expected to delegate patient assignments to nurses in the shifts. Staying up to date with latest healthcare practices. So here the a voluntary or an independent role is being listed, that the nurse manager has to be updated, stay up to date with the latest healthcare knowledge, because as mentioned before, the nurse manager is expected to plan training sessions by identifying any lack that the present staff has. So the person has to be up to date with the latest healthcare practices that are existing and coming up, so as to perform the role of planning the training sessions. Collaboration with other managers and hospital authorities, since the role of the nurse manager is a leadership role, so the person being hired is expected to collaborate with other managers and the people in power. Planning and coordinating meetings whenever required. So, what companies usually do for a much more legal protection is they mention additional duties as required, um, because just specifying that the roles and responsibilities are just not limited to the ones listed, and that other additional duties can also be asked of the hired person. So the next step would be defining the qualifications. So here in the qualifications, we need to set realistic qualifications. Like, we have to describe a realistic candidate and not a perfect one. So the qualifications here listed are, we usually divide qualifications into three segments. That would be knowledge, skills, and traits. So here the knowledge segment would be a bachelor's of science degree in nursing, a graduate certificate in nursing leadership and management, a valid RN license from the College of Nurses of Ontario, and previous experience. So this would be the knowledge set that is maybe expected and preferred. And the skill set would be excellent communication skills, time management skills, good monitoring skills, since the person is expected to act as sorry, I'm really sorry, good mentoring skills. So a person is expected to uh, identify what is lacking, and then planning in training sessions. So the person has to have good mentoring skills, efficient delegation and supervision skills, since the person has to delegate patient care assignments and supervise the performance of the healthcare team members. Excellent problem solving and decision making skills, since the person has to participate in conflict resolution between the uh, healthcare team members or the patient and the healthcare team members. So the person has to have conflict resolution and problem solving, and of course quick decision making skills. Strong advocacy skills, since the nurse manager is a leadership role, so having advocacy skills is a must have. Then comes the segment for traits that the person must have in their personality. It will be assertiveness with a calm and professional attitude, resourceful, of course, because the person is expected to plan and design the budget of the unit, team player, and supportive of the team members. The things that can be avoided while writing qualifications would be a certain GPA or certain tag of an institute that the person must have an education from, and certain discriminatory terms relating to gender or race, um, and also it can be writing specific number of year of experience. One more thing that we need to keep in mind while writing the qualifications would be um, that we need to specify what is required or a must have, and what are the nice to have qualifications. So here the must haves we have uh, list is that a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing is required, and a valid RN license is required. But the nice to haves, or the preferred ones, would be if the person has a graduate certificate in nursing leadership and management, and like the previous experience in the same unit is an asset. So these are the nice to have qualifications. So defining or being very specific of the qualifications can also help us to create a good job description. Moving on, the next step would be defining compensation. So here the compensation lists a salary range, what kind of health insurance or the benefits could be given, like sick leaves or paid time off or disability and other perks here. So this is a step where all of these things can be listed. The next step would be define logistics. This can include who the person is going to be reporting to, who the person's senior would be, uh, what would be the start date, how many number of hours are expected to be put in, what is the location, or here I've written like a general, but particular unit, whatever job is being created for a particular unit in a nurse manager could be listed. What would be the status of the job? Will it be flex, or will it be casual job, or permanent job, a temporary job? So here for the nurse manager's job, it would be an extemp, that is, it would be salaried. And where the person can apply, there could be a link listed that the person can apply on. The last step could be optional if the person, the company can list down its mission, vision, or its goals in that step while writing the job description.
Greetings to all who are watching this video. My name is Parminder Kaur. Today I am going to discuss about the interview questions, discuss about the summary, the content which is presented by my teammates. The interview questions include the introduction part, in which the interviewer can ask about the questions about the candidate. They can ask, tell me about yourself, what is your name, or they can ask, what is your qualification, and do you have any skills. And the next question is, how do you hear about this job? Do you have any references for this job? Have you ever read about the advertisement where you have got the information for this job? Or they can ask, tell me about your specific skills. Do you have any specific skills for this job? Which things has inspired you to choose the career in nursing leadership? Or do you want to work with this organization? Why do you want to work with this organization? What are your interests to work with this facility? Or have you ever faced any conflict, or do you have any conflict? Do you have ever conflict at the workplace? How do you resolve it? Or they can ask, do you have you ever felt this situation of stress, or do you have ever stress situations at workplace? Interview questions can be related to the candidate. They can ask, what are your expectations from the manager? What are your expectations from the team members? What are your expectations about the salary? How much salary do you want for this job? Do you feel this is enough salary for your skills or for your job? Do you have any doubt? At last they can ask about, do you have any doubt, or do you have any questions related to your job, or you want to ask about anything about your responsibilities? So they can ask questions like this. To summarize this topic, today we have discussed about the job description. Job description is one of the tool which helps to find out the right person for the right job, which means it is easier to use the job description when we have to find the right candidate with the right skills and qualification. It is a formal document. It provides us outline or the skills, education, or the needs for the specific job. It has list of duties and responsibilities, which makes very easy to find a right candidate for the right job. As we have discussed previously, that there are some common issues in some job descriptions. The common issues are when the job description is out of date, the language is not clear, and the information is not clearly described, and the qualification is really of high demand, and the job title is not clear, then it can be cause a common issues in the job description. The approaches used in this job description is competency and oriented. It means the job description should be task oriented. Specifications include, it should have some skills, ask about the experience, qualifications of the person, and the clear picture of the needed availabilities. And the relevance of the job description, it means why the job description is given, what are the qualification or the specific skills a person should have uh, to occupy this job vacancy. References and the source which are used in this PPTs. Thank you, Professor, for your time and patience.